Welcome back, guys. Murphy back for round one, and this hand is fine, I think. We've got Trinket Mage to go get some Mox if we want to, so we can get turn 4 Ojutai, or we can get Skull Clamp or Pithing Needle if we need Pithing Needle, so we'll keep this. Cryptic Command was a good draw, so we'll just play the Hallowed Fountain and pass. Looks like we're against a green-white deck, which I have to admit, I think is one of a more weaker archetype. Green and white don't tend to go together very well in my experience, but our opponent could very easily prove me wrong. This Trinket Mage may have to get a Pithing Needle if our opponent ramps into a Planeswalker. Library of Alexandria, sure. So I don't know how many of you guys are more experienced players or how many of you guys are new players, but Library of Alexandria is one of the best lands ever printed. So it's tap it if you have 7 cards in your hand, draw a card. And a land that says draw a card is very powerful, and the fact that this just costs no mana to do, all you have to do is you play it turn 1, and then every turn you just go draw a step, draw, tap it, draw another card, and you just draw an extra card for the rest of the game. It's just absurd. So if we want to play the island here, then we can go get the Mox, and then next turn, if we draw an untapped land, we can play the Ojutai. I think that's what we want to do. We could play the Needle Spires, but then we're not doing anything for a turn. And sorry if my fan there was loud, I'll turn that off. We can Pithing Needle the library if we need to, but our opponent's got 5 cards in hand, so I'm not too worried about that. Why can we not get the Mox? Have I forgotten to put the Mox in the deck? Yeah, it looks like I have. Alright, I guess we get Pithing Needle. I need to add that in after this. That's awful. So as long as our opponent doesn't somehow get back up to 7 cards so they can start using the library, it's not too worrying, but as we didn't have the Mox in our deck, it looks like we're sticking with Pithing Needle. So if we had the Mox, next time we could play the Needle Spires tapped, play the Mox and have Cryptic up for next turn, but obviously that's not going to happen unless we draw an untapped land. Giving protection from green is really good, obviously, against a green deck. I don't know why they're green-white. Generally, you want to be green-red or occasionally green-black. Green-red is normally the colour combination I end up in. Normally, red is for things like Xenagos or maybe an Inferno Time or something like that. But normally, it's for Xenagos or Ataka. Those are the 2 best things, I think, in red for green. And our opponent's just going to get some mana. I'm just going to yield. There's no reason to keep our opponent waiting. Angel of Sanctions. Sure. On our Trinket Mage, which seems very weak, considering... Yeah, it's just very strange. Alright, so we play the Needle Spires. Unfortunately, we can't do anything this turn. We can play the Sword, which I guess is the best option. Then next turn we can play Ojutai and then start equipping Ojutai and getting some hits in. So this is the Sword that whenever it hits an opponent, you untap all your lands and they discard a card. So between that and Ojutai, then we get to draw one of the top 3 cards of our deck. They discard one and we untap our lands, which is just crazy. And looks like we're going to just take 5 here. really hoping we can draw an untapped land here to get Ojutai on the field, and we draw Abbott, which isn't terrible. So we'll play. I guess we could keep up Cryptic. What happens if we keep up Cryptic? We can bounce this, get another trigger on the Trinket Mage, draw a card. Try and hit our land drop that way, or we can just do the Abbott, which does the same thing, but then we could equip the Abbott as well. I think Abbott's actually better here, because we get a threat down with the sword on, which is just so good. Sweet, so we get the island, which is exactly what we wanted. Equip the sword, and we can Pithing Needle Library if we need to. I don't think there's anything we need to Pithing Needle this turn. Like, we could just slam it on Library, but our opponent hasn't even used the Library yet, and they need to draw like what, an extra 2 cards this turn just to be able to use it. So I think what we want to do is just keep it for a Planeswalker. At this point, I'm not really worried about the Library. It is worth remembering if we draw a Wheel of Fortune, that will enable it though. And they're going to play Karn, which obviously is a great target for Pithing Needle. So they're going to get rid of our Abbott, which is a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could play Ojutai. What is... I think we want to play Ojutai and Karn though. Sorry, and Pithing Needle naming Karn, so let's shock. Let's play Ojutai. This can block the Angel or the Lotus Cobra, obviously. Name Karn Liberated. And we'll just ship the turn back. We're very low on life, so this Vortex is not going to be helping us out. Oh, we also, I guess, could have used Conscripts, stolen the Karn. Minus on here. Maybe that was better. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, that was probably something worth considering. Because then we would have got the Trinket Mage back, Trinket Mage would have triggered, and that would have helped us get Skull Clamp. Maybe that's better. Probably getting rid of Karn and the Angel is better, but this way we've got like Ojutai, so if we equip Ojutai next turn, we attack with Ojutai, we start drawing cards, they discard cards, we can start playing 2 cards a turn, or 1 card in our turn like a Conscripts, and then in their turn play like a counter magic spell. So I like getting more aggressive this way. Parallax Wave, sure. Goblin Guide. So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, bounce the Parallax Wave. Because we want to get rid of this so we can attack with the Ojutai. See what our opponent's got. I don't know what they could have. So yeah, the plan is Cryptic this, draw a card, equip the sword to Ojutai, attack with Ojutai, trigger the sword, we can untap all of our lands, and then do something else, depending on what we draw. We're going to attack our opponent. If we kill the card just to be safe, the problem is then we don't get the trigger off Ojutai to draw the cards or from the sword. So I kind of have to go for our opponent here. Or yeah, we do have to, because otherwise we would just die. So we get to anticipate. I think we want Ugin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't think we've played a land for turn, so we probably want the Ugin. Yeah. Don't really care what order they go in. See what our opponent discards. We could have done it the other way around to get some information, but I don't think the information is very helpful. Or it's not going to change what we take, really. But it was probably more optimal. Probably optimal to make our opponent discard first, just for the information. Acidic Slime, sure. Alright, Island. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shit, okay. Alright, well, I can't count. So, take the... Obviously, we have to play the conscripts because otherwise we just die, so... We could just play the Cohesive Portal and Goblin Guide, so then we get another thing on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then we could equip the sword to the Goblin Guide, so then it's got protection from green. Any other options we want to do? I think that's fine. And we'll pass the turn back. The other option was to just play Goblin Guide and the conscripts. And what that would have done... so if we played the conscripts and the Goblin Guide, it means we're better against removal. But I think this is fine. Because at least now we start drawing cards as well. Because we can't just keep... Yep, completely know about that card. I don't know... Yeah, we just lost the game then. Yep. And on to the next one. That was obviously a stupid death. We want the Mox in the deck. We'll cut a Mountain for it, I think. I think we want the Fire and Ice as well. And I really don't like the Skull Clamp. Yeah, we're just going to cut the Skull Clamp. Alright, we'll play this. We did have like a pretty poor draw that game, but I mean our opponent played well, so... And we did that obvious misplay. Yeah, we'll keep this. So we've got turn 2 Trinket Mage into turn 3 sort of Body and Mind. We could like slow roll the Mox for next turn so it can't get destroyed, but... Should be fine. Bird's Paradise is not bad. So trigger the Trinket Mage. Go get the Pithing Needle. And pass turn back. We really would like to draw a third land, but we can't Pithing Needle birds, obviously. Sylvan Carroted, sure. So we can't really get any... Oh sweet, we drew that, which is good. Don't have the second red for Koth, which is annoying, so I think we just play the sword here. And we'll keep one blow up. Just to represent like a spell pierce or something of that nature. We could have attacked first without tapping it out for anything and see if our opponent blocks, but I'm pretty sure they're just going to block there, so... Eureka! So, starting with you, each player may put an opponent from his or her hand into the battlefield. Repeat this process until no one puts a card onto the battlefield. Sure. So, we probably win the game from that. Our opponent must have something like insane, because obviously Ugin's ridiculous, and then we've got the conscripts to steal something, and then we just play Pithing Needle, naming whatever planeswalker they put into play. So I would be surprised if our opponent wins with this. They have to have a pretty crazy hand. Elishanon, well, that's a good start. We'll name Khan. So our opponent's got something else. Yeah, our hand was just stacked like crazy, so... And then we just put Ugin. And then, yeah, I think we win this. I'm not 100% sure actually, because Ugin... Oh yeah, Ugin can get rid of the Angel. Oh, they've got Parallax Wave. Okay, that changes everything. That last card, the Parallax Wave, completely changed it. Oh, we can just take the Parallax Wave, can't we? Yep, that's fine then. So they're going to start taking all the threats. Basically what's going to happen is, we're going to take this, we're going to use it all up, so when it comes back to our turn, we get everything back, and then we just Ugin -7 Wrath their board. We are going to take this Elishanon, which will kill their Birds of Paradise as well. Oh no, we won't, sorry, we're taking this, haven't we? And we cannot use Parallax Wave to take Angel's Serenity. Or we can, but it's risky depending on what they take. Have they just chosen one target? And there's no more legal targets, unfortunately. So what should happen is now the last fading counter gets removed. I think it's actually one extra. No, it's... Oh, now it goes back to them. Okay, sure. So what we want to do here is equip or... yeah, so I think what we want to do is activate Koth on the mountain. Equip the sword to it. Oh, we need to... There we go. when it eventually does. I can never remember the difference. There's fading and there's another one. I can't remember what the other one's called. There's two mechanics which are the exact same mechanic, except one of them says when it has no counters on, and one says when you go to remove a counter and it has no on. So like one will be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then when you remove the last counter it goes, and the other one goes to 0, and then next turn it does. They're like incredibly similar, but still slightly different. Eventually this should happen. Not sure what our opponent is waiting for. I assume they're not here or something. There we go. So we're gonna go. We could just kill the Khan in case Pithing Needle backfires. No, I think it's fine to just attack them. We get the triggers from the sword, which is insane. Obviously, getting oh yeah, how did I miss that? Sure. All right, so So it's going to deal 3, and I think it's fine to redirect a Khan. I guess they got no cards on it. Alright, we're just going to put it to them and pass the turn. So Parallax Wave now has no counters on, so the fading is gone now, which means all the creatures come back. Guess we take Elishnorn. Yeah, we're gonna take Elishnorn because that'll kill off the Bud's Paradise, which is better than just taking the Angel because that doesn't do anything. So Zealous Conscripts is exiled, and then when this dies, when it leaves the battlefield, sorry, the exiled card returns to its owner's hand. Uh-oh, is this on Ugin? On Pithing Needle, shit. So now they can Khan Ugin. Yeah, should have redirected to Khan there then. And it looks like we lose. Equip the sword. So the land will become a 2/2. Yep, that is just game. Yep, fair enough. Yeah, we completely messed that up. Oh, sorry, I messed that up. A bunch of different things I could have done right there. The board was very confusing just because there was the Angel Serenity triggers, and then there was the Parallax Wave triggers, and then the Zealous Conscripts triggers, and then there was a Khan with the Pithing Needle and the Ugin, and then the Banishing Light. That was pretty confusing. I'm not gonna lie. I was not afraid to say that I've not come up against things like that before too frequently. Anyway, thanks for watching. I will see you guys in the next round. Peace.